Thanks for joining us for our TechSpray Renew Green water-based cleaning presentation. My name is Kevin Plasky. I'm the Senior Product Manager for TechSpray. I'm going to take you through the advantages of TechSpray Renew and how it can help your operation. TechSpray has been making solvents for over 30 years, so a common question is, why develop water-based cleaners? Do these replace the TechSpray solvent line? No, water-based cleaners are an important addition to the TechSpray product line, but they don't replace solvents. They work very, very differently from solvents, so they have an important place and work side by side with our solvent line. To give you an example, TechSpray Renew is our water-based line. It generally has a lower cost. These products are generally greener, so in other words, they're biodegradable. They have low VOCs. VOCs are smog-producing compounds. They have zero GWP, that's global warming potential. They generally have a more pleasant odor. They're easier on the skin as you work with them, and they ship and store as a non-hazardous chemical. Solvents, on the other hand, are very fast-acting. You spray it on something, they start dissolving the soils immediately, and they quickly evaporate off, leaving very little residue or no residue. So in other words, solvents don't generally require a lot of wiping and scrubbing, where water-based chemistries do. With solvents, you get a very high precision cleaning action without a secondary cleaning or wiping process, and that's critical. So in other words, when you're washing a big machine, for example, where you don't need a rinse, you're not worried about residues, water-based chemistries work very well. But if you're cleaning a circuit board where it's critical to remove all the residues, solvents are still the way to go. Now, I just threw around a lot of terms, so let me get in a little more detail on the environmental advantages of TechSpray Renew. First of all of these products are low VOC. VOC means volatile organic compounds. These are smog-producing compounds, highly regulated in states like California. Next, TechSpray Renew products have no global warming potential, so they do not affect the Earth's atmosphere, causing global warming. They're also biodegradable, so they tend to break down quickly when disposed of properly. The packaging is recyclable, and when possible, we use sustainable, renewable ingredients. The first product I want to get into is Eco-Shower Degreaser. This is a heavy-duty degreaser that's intended to cut heavy industrial greases and sticky adhesives, the toughest stuff you can get. This is a phenomenal cleaner, but has all the advantages I just talked about. So non-flammable, it's got a nice orange scent, low VOC, zero GWP. Very important is it's concentrated. So as is, right out of the bottle, it's great for the heaviest greases. You can cut it in half, you can cut it in a third, and add water, and for the lighter soils, saving a lot of money. There's also a wipe available that has a scrubbing surface. Now, all of these products ship and store as a non-hazardous product. This is a new product we just introduced. It takes double-strength Eco-Shower and puts it in a convenient pen. It's called Eco-Shower Label Adhesive and Spot Cleaner Pen. This cleans sticky adhesives and labels, grease and oil, and other hard-to-remove soils off a surface, and has a real fine applicator tip to get at your work. Another new product to our TechSpray Renew line is Pine Shower Degreaser and Surface Cleaner. Like Eco-Shower, this is intended for heavy greases. Again, it's concentrated and dilutable. It has a pleasant odor as well. It's more pine-scented and has all the other TechSpray Renew advantages, non-flammable, biodegradable, etc. It also has a neutral pH, so it's non-corrosive, which will be easier on your hands, more compatible with the surface areas you're cleaning. Now, EcoShine Glass and Surface Cleaner is basically a light degreaser that doesn't leave any streaks, so perfect for glass, machine enclosures, in work surfaces, shelving, etc. Has all the advantages of TechSpray Renew, has a nice citrus odor, and still ships and stores as a non-hazardous product. When we say TechSpray Renew cleaners are highly effective, we're basing this on qualification testing against competing products. So here you see some test data comparing Eco-Shower, Pine Shower, and Eco-Shine against Simple Green, 409, and Windex, three very popular water-based cleaners. Now you'll notice Eco-Shower, Pine Shower, and Simple Green have three levels of concentration that we tested: 100%, 50%, so half cleaner, half water, and 25%, 1/4 cleaner, 3/4 water. And you'll notice the best of the bunch is Eco-Shower and Pine Shower. Now Simple Green starts to match up with half strength Eco-Shower. So just imagining comparing the cost, cutting Eco-Shower in half and comparing that cost to full strength Simple Green. And you can see you get highly effective cleaning for a great value. This chart shows you the importance of matching the right cleaner and the right dilution ratio with your soil. If you do that properly, it gives you a lot of value, a lot of bang for your buck. So I'll give you an example. At the far right side of this graph, you see Eco-Shower being used on adhesives and sticky, waxy residues, the most difficult soils to clean. Eco-Shower does indeed stand apart. At 100% dilution, so full strength, that's about $22 a gallon. Now you take it one step back to a more moderate degreasing, cutting fluids, carbon residues, very common in the industrial setting. You can cut it in half, so that's half water, half cleaner. Eco-Shower drops down to $11 per gallon diluted. Pine Shower, because it's a little lower cost, is $9 a gallon when it's diluted. Take it one step down to more dirt, light degreasing, wiping down shelving, etc. You can maybe take it to 25% dilution. So the resulting cost for Eco-Shower is $5.50 a gallon. Pine Shower is $4.50 a gallon. Now you take it another step back to very light cleaning, just surface areas, work areas, things of that nature. You can use a 10% dilution. Your cost per gallon is $2.20 for Eco-Shower, $1.80 for Pine Shower, much lower than your Windexes, your 409s. Now, if you need to clean glass and leave no streaks, Eco-Shower is your best choice at $16 per gallon. Now, we've spent a lot of time on more industrial applications, so let's take a walk over to more PCB electronic production and assembly, where you're cleaning stencils, removing pastes, removing flux residues off of the sides of the reflow oven. The traditional solvent, the most common solvent in that application, is IPA, isopropyl alcohol. Great cleaner, moderately priced, some major disadvantages though. We're all familiar with alcohol, how it smells, a very strong odor, has to be well ventilated. It's also very flammable, so it ships and stores hazardous. So you have to have special cabinets, for example. You pay extra shipping fees. So TechSpray Renew Eco-Stencil and Eco-Oven products solve those problems. These are non-hazardous products. These are non-flammable, low odor, low VOC, all great advantages. This is intended for hand wiping stencils, for example, tools, surface areas, the walls of the reflow oven, things of that nature. The Eco-Stencil doesn't require a rinse and can also be used for under stencil cleaning. The Eco-Oven does require a rinse. Let's go through some applications for Eco-Stencil and Eco-Oven cleaners. Eco-Stencil can be used, of course, on the stencil in an assembly operation. Can be used to clean the blades, the tools, the surface areas. You're cleaning paste and adhesives off those surfaces. It also can be poured into the receptacle under the printing equipment for cleaning the under stencil. It can also be used to clean off misprinted boards. Eco-Oven, as the name implies, can be used to clean the walls, the vents, the heat transfer systems for reflow ovens. It can also be used in the wave soldering environment. Can be poured into the receptacle under wave soldering equipment to clean the fingers that carry the board through the wave. It also can be used to clean wave solder pallets. Another new product to the TechSpray Renew product line is the Eco-Stencil EQ Batch Stencil Cleaner. You'll recall that Eco-Stencil is intended for hand wiping. The Eco-Stencil EQ Batch Stencil Cleaner is intended to be used in batch stencil cleaners. So this is for ultrasonic and spray and air stencil cleaners. This is compatible with the most common equipment used in an application like Smart Sonic, Aqueous Technologies, on Austin America, and others. This is a very concentrated formula, so 1 gallon can make 10 gallons of cleaner. Now this is just a place to start. Now concentration can vary depending on the soil and the equipment. For example, spray and air requires lower concentration because you've got so much mechanical action in that cleaner. Ultrasonic requires higher concentration to get the job done. Now this cleaner, Eco-Stencil EQ, is safe on the different equipment and stencils. Now to finish up the TechSpray Renew line, we have 2 wipes I want to talk about. The first one is a 100% recycled delicate task wiper. Now this is a recycled replacement for the traditional Kim wipes that are found in lab applications, for example. This is 100% recycled cellulose. Both the wipe and the box is recycled. This has been tested and is low linting, low extractables, so it's just as clean as the virgin material. It also retains the same strength. The next wipe is a 100% cotton clean room wiper. This wiper is made of 100% U.S. grown cotton, which is basically a renewable resource. You run out of it, you grow more. This is in contrast to oil and oil-based wipers like a polycellulose wiper, which has polyester, which is very common in the same applications. It's a very low linting wipe. High absorbency, high tear strength. This is ideal for SMT stencil cleaning. And it's also recommended for Class 100 clean rooms. So as we've talked about, TechSpray Renew offers you green cleaning without the performance trade-offs. So many cleaners out there in the marketplace have a green claim but don't actually clean very well. So what good is green if you don't use the product, or if you have to use 2 or 3 times more material to get the job done? So TechSpray Renew products are proven to be effective. But remember, water-based cleaners are ideal for big, dirty areas, but not so great for areas where 0 residue is required. So a big greasy machine is great, surface cleaning, stencil cleaning is great, but when residues cannot be tolerated, for example defluxing, solvent cleaners are ideal for that application. Well, TechSpray has a solution for both. So I urge you to talk to your TechSpray rep for a demonstration, or if you need to look at a sample, or call 800-858-4043. So thanks for joining us today. I hope we can help you find a solution for your facility.